A very good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you who are joining with us live online with the Asia's #1 professional education institute of the year, onlineaccounting.lk. Let me introduce myself at the start itself. My name is Ashinsani Veerasinghe and I will be the moderator for today's panel discussion. As you know, I am here along with a set of panelists for a discussion with different sector ACCA members to get to know about everything about ACCA from the real world examples so that we together can help you discover endless possibilities and opportunities to plan your higher education. As we start off, this is all about ACCA and you are in the right place because it's a Sunday morning. It can be a little lazy for you, but I know your brains are very busy thinking about your higher education. Don't worry, at the end of this discussion, you will be relieved to spend the rest of your Sunday today. To start off with, we have a panelists joining with us. Let me now take the pleasure of introducing our panelists today. To start off, let me introduce Mr. Jehan Perimpanayagam, Chief Executive Officer at Informate and Vice President John Keel's Holdings, Chairman, Member Network Panel in ACCA Sri Lanka, and also he is the Chairman of SLASCOM, Sri Lanka Association for Software and Services Companies. And moving forward, let me also introduce our next panelist today, Ms. Nilusha Ranasinghe, known to all, Head of South Asia at ACCA. We also have Mr. Nabil Lahir, Assistant Vice President and Head of New Business Developments and Projects at John Keel's Holdings, ACCA Financial Reporting Lecturer, and also he is a ACCA Prize winner. We also have the Chief Executive Officer at onlineaccounting.lk, Mr. Hashan Vaduke. He's also a joint managing partner of Momentous Associates and also ACCA Performance Management Lecturer. Moving forward, we also have Ms. Niveditha Chandrasekhar, joining all the way from Australia today to share her experiences. She is the Manager, Finance and Transformation at PwC Australia. We also have someone joining all the way from Europe to share the experiences, Ms. Kaushika Robinson, Senior Manager at ACCA Partners Luxembourg, and also she has started ACCA at the age of 15 and completed at the age of 17. Now that is a story to listen to. And we also have Mr. Rimzan Rafaidin joining from Middle East, Senior Financial Analyst, Al Mulla Group, Kuwait. Now that's the lineup of our panelists today. Now take things forward. We have a set of questions that we have designed to ask from these panelists so that we will be able to help you decide your higher education. But I'm sure throughout this discussion, you too will have different questions and opinions. We welcome all of that towards the end of the discussion. And also, as you know, there's a chat box, but make sure you project your questions towards the end of our panel discussion today. Now, first and foremost, to get all of it started, it's important to understand what is ACCA and why follow ACCA? What benefits do you really have out of it? And to ask this question, it's important to ask from the right person. It's none other than Ms. Nilusha Ranasinghe. Nilusha, I would like to ask you the very first question. Let us set the foundation right by letting all of them know about what is ACCA and why ACCA and where to go to follow ACCA.
Right. Thanks, Ashi. So ACCA has always been #1 finance and accounting qualification that helps to develop and produce the professional accountants the world requires. So when choosing a career, we have seen that there are few main areas and elements that keep ticking in one's mind. So is it a career that takes you where you want to go, both locally and globally? Is it a qualification with millions of opportunity and a future? Will employers choose you? And will you stand out from the rest? And is this, does the qualification have global recognition? The other thoughts, because we are talking about Gen Zs now. So what do you want to get from a professional life? So we have seen a difference in the requirements from Gen Y to Gen Z. So do you have your sights set on a role in a specific industry, Or are you keen to travel the globe while you work? And do you want to progress to board level or make a difference to society? So, whatever you're looking for, a career in finance and accountancy can help you get there. And here's why. When you choose ACCA, you get access to more than 247,000 members and more than 526,000 future members, students worldwide. Actually, we are present in 181 countries across the globe. So in my career at ACCA, I have seen ACCA always innovating to ensure that we cater to the requirements and the demands of the world. So with ACCA, you can work in any sector, anywhere in the world, because financial management is the key discipline that drives all businesses. Finance professionals create the strategies and carry out the work that leads businesses to success. This is why all industries all over the world need the best finance professionals. So when you choose finance accountancy and when you choose ACCA, you'll be in demand, and doors to respected, hugely rewarding career opportunities will open for you. ACCA has both management and finance accountancy driven into their syllabus because we at ACCA believe that all members and future members play a role of a business enabler, not particularly just sit behind a stack of files or books and be a number cruncher, but you will be actually involved in the business decisions of that particular company. And if you want to work internationally, ACCA can take you all over the globe. Also, ACCA is highly flexible, whether you want to work in fashion, agriculture, architecture, sport, or business. In accounting could be your routine, and ACCA has a space for any industry across the globe. So the skills that you gain when you study ACCA turn you into a highly sought after finance professional who can work across teams and in strategic, diverse roles all the way up to the boardroom. And ACCA is highly rewarding. So why do students choose a qualification? At the end of the day, you don't want to just use those acronyms on your business card, right? You want to be rewarded. Well, a career with ACCA could come with generous salaries and opportunities to progress quickly. We have a very esteemed representatives in our panel today, and I'm sure those ACCA members, employers will talk to you about the generous salaries that future members and ACCA members will bring to the table. So ACCA was founded in 1904, always looked ahead, and that's why we are underpinned by our tagline, Think Ahead, making sure that the knowledge and skills you learn will be sought after for years to come. You can go anywhere, do anything, because choosing to study the ACCA qualification gives you the flexibility to work in any sector and any industry because it's recognized and respected all over the world. As an ACCA member and future member, the questions that the future members would ask is, can we stand out for top employers? Yes, you can. Employers actively seek out professionals with an ACCA qualification because they know you'll be trained to the highest professional and ethical standards, and that you have the skills that immediately the employers value. And I'm proud to say we have 7,828 employers across the globe, and that number is ticking every day and actually going up. So the good news for the future members is that our employer network who value ACCA as a qualification keeps growing every second. And with ACCA, you get the skills to set you up for success, because skills that you develop when you study with us will keep you in demand throughout your professional life. As we are gaining those technical knowledge, you'll also learn the professional approaches that the future accountants need to success. And of course, our global network. Like I mentioned before, 527,000 ambitious students all working towards the same goal. Then once you qualify, you'll join the member network, fully qualified professional across the globe, opening up even more opportunities to connect, progress, and make an impact and make changes to develop a professional and also for the economies at large. So at ACCA, we believe global influence and partnerships is paramount and very important. So we have employers, like I said, 7828 and 322 approved learning partners globally. In Sri Lanka, onlineaccounting.lk is one of our approved learning partners, and we are proud to say that they are making steady, successful steps in removing those artificial barriers and catering to the learning requirement of our future members online. And when you study with one of the approved learning partners, such as onlineaccounting.lk, you boost your chances of passing your exams. And of course, you can network and build relationship with your fellow students as well. So with ACCA, when you join ACCA, you're joining a global super connector, since we partner leading employers, institutions, professional bodies around the world. So all of you out there, make that informed choice. I know you can be at a stage in your life, a crossroad in your life, when you're thinking, okay, should I turn left, right, take the middle path? Well, choose ACCA because you will never, ever regret it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nilusha. I think you set the foundation very strong and right for today's discussion. And I think none of us want to regret about our higher education decisions. And that's exactly why you're here, so that you believe we could help you make such decisions to go forward in life. With that, as we spoke a lot about ACCA, it's also now time to have a look at a small video. I would like to have your attention to the video.
One day, these 5 friends met together. This is Lavin. He is from the commerce stream. This is Fatima. She is from the science stream. This is Ashain. He is from the technology stream. This is Pranavi. She is from the art stream. And this is Andrea. She is just after O-levels. They're from different fields, but everyone has a dream of becoming a chief executive officer, director, chief financial officer, analyst, or an entrepreneur. The solution for all big dreams is ACCA, and the solution for ACCA is onlineaccounting.lk, the institute that made our studies convenient, the institute that allows us to study at any time, with lecturers who have committed their maximum to students. The institute that produced the highest number of prize winners in Sri Lanka. The institute that's crowned as Asia's professional education brand. Let us guide you to become a world-recognized ACCA member soon. onlineaccounting.lk.
If it's ACCA, it's onlineaccounting.lk is what they say. Now, we also kept talking about how ACCA is not just a financial qualification and so on. So to ask whether it's true or so, let us ask this question from none other than the Chief Executive Officer of onlineaccounting.lk, Hashan Waduke. Hashan, is ACCA about everything? Why is it not just finance? Let us talk about it.
Yes, thank you, Ashi. Actually, now, if you had, seen the video, right, about this ACCA, the concept was actually, if you are learning ACCA, you are not just become a finance profession. because you have different paths, because we have examples in this panel as well. So let me explain this to the syllabus, because that's what I mean, I can explain through evidences, right? So if you see the syllabus, so this is the curriculum of ACCA. So in ACCA, there are 3 levels. First level is applied knowledge, second level is applied skills, and the final level is strategic professional. And some may, okay, highlight this is only as a financial accounting qualification, but if it is accounting means, you have financial accounting and management accounting. So if you see the first level applied knowledge, you can see you have a financial accounting subject. And if you see the applied skills level, you have a financial reporting subject. And if you see the final level, you have a strategic business reporting subject, which means in ACCA curriculum, out of 13 subjects, you have 3 financial accounting subjects. So what about others? So others are the paths that you can go into other professions, other jobs. So let's see, first level, you have a management accounting subject. And the second level, you have performance management as well as financial management. The final level, you can either choose, you have to choose 2 subjects from these options. So if you need, you can choose advanced financial management and advanced performance management. So which means altogether, if you need, you can do maximum of 5 subjects relating to management accounting, which means performance management and financial management. And not only that, if you see the first level, you have a business and technology, as Nilusha highlighted. Yes, we are moving with technology. We are not just following the traditional basis. So whatever the changes, implementing to the syllabus. And if you are coming to the applied skills, you have like corporate law, business law. If you are starting a business, okay, how to make the contract, how to sell the goods, right? How to start a company. And you have taxation. If you are maybe going abroad, you have to know the taxation rules and all. And you have audit and assurance. It is not to do auditing, but maybe if you are a CFO, if you are a finance manager, finance director, when the auditor is coming, you have to have an understanding, okay, how I should deal with them. Maybe if you are focusing on auditing, there are some auditors here also. So maybe you can become an auditor as well. And when you are coming to the final level, you have a very interesting subject called strategic business leader. So actually this subject make you a business leader. Why? Because this subject will teach you how to take decisions, how to take strategic management decisions. As an example, let's say you are working in a big company in Sri Lanka. You are going to have a new branch. So you have to take the decision, okay, do we need to do this one? Is it feasible? What about the customer base? So you are the one who will be taking that particular decision. So that's why ACCA will guide you to become a finance profession. Yes, CFO, finance manager. If you need, you can become a management accountant, right? That's why ACCA members are becoming CEOs like Jehan, right? And you can become a business analyst. Why? Because there are performance management subjects, right? You have that experience, the practical experience. And also if you want to become an auditor, right? Maybe entrepreneur. Why? Because if you want to become an entrepreneur, now I'm talking as an entrepreneur, I have the management accounting knowledge. If I want to prepare a budget, if I want to reduce the cost, if I want to manage my funds, if I want to get, let's say get a bank loan and how to allocate funds, if I want to take management decision, how to manage, how to take some basic marketing concepts, I mean, marketing management and strategic business leader. Yes, how to take strategic decision when we are converting. Okay, when we started in 2019, when the COVID, I mean, we haven't predicted the COVID, but we started from that particular concept. Why? Because I had that professional knowledge. So this is a reason why we are telling ACC will guide you. I mean, whatever, finance, analyst, management accounting, auditing, entrepreneur. If you are seeking a career like this is definitely the best solution. So I think I have answered the question. Thank you, Ashik.
Thank you very much, Hashan, for that profound answer as well. And I think next, the question a lot of people have is, just like Nilusha also mentioned and Hashan also touched a little bit upon that, employability. Because when you pursue your higher education, what you worry about is, what about my profession? What is going to happen? Am I going to get employed? What about the career options and so on? And the best person to talk about this is none other than Jehan. Jehan, would you like to take us through a little bit about the background of employability when you pursue ACCA?
Thank you very much for the question, and thank you to Online Accounting for hosting this. I really believe in ACCA because I've done this large part of my life. And if I can just share a little bit of my own journey before I come to that question, it's something very much a family thing, right? So I got into ACCA because my uncle, who was a prize winner in CIMA, he decided to do ACCA, and I followed in his footsteps. Thereafter, my sister did it. My cousin has done it, and I'm now having discussions with my kids on doing ACCA. It provides many different pathways. You can do ACCA, then you can do a BSc, you can do an MBA, an MSc. It also has a pathway to other accounting qualifications. I recently applied for the CA qualification, which ACCA permitted me and gave me an opportunity for. And also in terms of the skills that the future accountant, the modern finance professional will require in terms of communication, negotiation skills, critical thinking, risk, sustainability, ACCA covers it all. So as an employer now, because I'm the CEO of Informate, not only myself, but all of my team leaders, we like to hire ACCAs because we see the right mix of soft skills, attitude, and also technical skills. There are strong double entry skills, strong knowledge of management accounting, and that is mixed with very good attitude, very good soft skills. So we always put a premium on ACCA. We like to hire ACCA recruits into our, and I know that that is the attitude that a lot of the other employers also have. It also gives you, as Nirusha was speaking of, many different opportunities. Now, I've been in the UK, I've been in Australia, I've had the privilege of meeting my ACCA colleagues there. And I realized that this is a global passport. It gives you global network and access to global professions. If I can give you one example, I met this gentleman called Brandon in Australia. He's an Irishman, but lives in Australia. And today he has introduced one of our biggest customers that we have at Informate. Right, that is just one example of the sort of network and the power of ACCA brand around the world. Right? And if you look at the past chairs in terms of employability, as Hashan said, they are in very, very diverse areas. For instance, you have someone who runs a hospital, someone who is a CEO or a deputy CEO of a bank. You have a CFO, you have someone running corporate finance and tax, someone running a plantation company, or like myself running a BPO. So you can see a diverse range of experience and the diverse pathways that ACCA can take you and open doors in. And so definitely as an employer, I value the ACCA qualification, and we would love to have some of you, maybe once you've moved down the ACCA journey, we'd love to have you join Informate. Thank you.
Very much, Jehan, for that answer. And next, I would like to divert my question to Nabil to ask, now there's a strong misconception in the society to say ACCA is difficult, but you have been a student and a prize winner, and now you have moved on to become a lecturer as well. Nabil, I would like to ask you, is ACCA difficult? Can an average student also get through ACCA?
Hi everyone. So first of all, good morning. Thank you, Online Accounting, for having me. I think this is a very good session to help students who are doing their A-levels, who have just completed their A-levels, to have this level of guidance. So, I mean, to answer the question, I don't think it's easy, right? For sure, it requires a lot of work, but then I can't think of a qualification which is easy, right? Because you have to put in the work, you have to show your commitment to study and pass the exams. But more than anything, I feel like you need to follow the right resources, right, to pass your exams. And I feel like the combination of that commitment, even your attitude and the resources will definitely help you pass this exam. But if you really ask me in terms of content, I don't think it's difficult, right? I feel like it's if you study well, I feel like you can easily pass the exams. Because to give you a very personal example, I was not studious at all during school. Like I really got bad results for my O levels and A levels. Not too proud of it, but not ashamed of it as well. And that's when I sat down and I was thinking to myself, I was like, why am I getting bad marks, right? And my dad and my mom were really worried. They were like, now you have to do something about your future. And that's when I really sat down and asked myself the question, why am I not getting high marks? Why can't I study, right? So that's when I really put in an effort to study. So I started CIMA first and then moved on to ACCA. And that's when I sat down and I just started reading and I started understanding, and then it all just made sense, right? And it was like everything was speaking to me, and I passed my exams all in the first go, managed to get a prize as well, and then moved on to ACCA. And I felt like the ACCA syllabus was a lot more structured. I felt like it was a lot more varied. I think like Jehan and everyone touched upon, and I passed all my exams the first go and managed to get a prize as well. So to summarize and answer your question, I don't think it's difficult. It's difficult only if you don't prepare for it and if you don't follow the right resources. So I think key tip is that you've really got to commit to this, and you've got to follow the right people, the right lecturers, and you've got to equip yourself with enough information and knowledge before you attempt the exam. So yeah, don't worry, it's not difficult at all, right? At online accounting, we've understood the different profiles of students, and we cater according to each profile, right? So we have quite a customized learning experience, and yeah, don't worry, it's not difficult. Just do it.
All right, thank you very much, Nabil, for that answer. And I think just like they say, if you want to get through it easily, or nothing is easy, it's not easy, but also it's not so difficult if you choose the right learning provider. If it's ACCA, you can start your journey with onlineaccounting.lk as well. Now, as you know, we always keep saying that ACCA is a global passport. And like I introduced to you at the start itself, we have panelists, ACCA members joining from around the world to share their experiences. I shall start off the discussion about going around the world and about their journeys with Kaushika. She's joining with us all the way from Europe. And like I introduced her at the start, she's someone who has started her ACCA qualification at the age of 15. Let me emphasize, it's at the age of 15, and has completed ACCA at the age of 17. Now, how was that possible? Kaushika, tell us your journey of completing ACCA at such a young age.
Thanks, Ashinsani. Can you hear me well?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, perfect. So a big hello to everyone. Thank you, onlineaccounting.lk, for having me as part of this panel. It's an absolute pleasure to share my journey on why I chose ACCA at a young age and how far I've come since completing ACCA. So I'm going to go straight to the point and keep it short and direct. So why ACCA at 15? It was because, so the answer is quite simple, to be honest. It was mainly because I had a perfect score for the subject accountancy during my advanced levels. So that perfect score basically motivated, or you could say it sparked an interest within me to pursue my higher education in the field of accountancy and finance. And at that point in time, ACCA seemed like the ideal way to kickstart my passion to be a finance professional, because just like what everyone said today, it's your global passport to the world of finance. It's got great recognition worldwide, it's super marketable, and there is also this catch: you get a fancy title after your name. So all of this sounded pretty cool to my 15-year-old self back then, and that's what got me to start ACCA at the age of 15 with lots of enthusiasm and determination. And by the time I was 17, I had completed all of the exams. I would fully understand if you're scared to start something like ACCA at a young age, because I was afraid at first do. But if there is one important thing that I have learned from my journey, it is that age is just a number. If you have the passion, if you're dedicated, and the hard work, everything is achievable. So coming back to what happened after I qualified as an ACCA, so I started my first job at a Big Four. So here again, because I had the ACCA accreditation, it basically helped my career progression within the firm much quicker. And with this progression, I was able to land a job opportunity in Luxembourg. And currently, I am leading the IFRS business line of a Luxembourg-based audit firm. So all in all, I think it's fair to say that the global recognition and credibility that ACCA brings to the table, it has had a significant role to play in how much I have learned and grown as a person over the last decade, from being just an adolescent to becoming a well-seasoned professional. So based on my experience, I would recommend ACCA to all those out there who are passionate to be a finance professional someday without a second thought, because ACCA is more than a qualification. I see it as a tool for empowerment. It will definitely boost your self-confidence, and it will contribute loads to your personal and your professional development. So with that note, I'm going to hand it back to you, Ashinsani. Thank you.
Very much, Kaushika, and we shall get back to you to understand the demand in Europe a little later. But now from Europe, we are going to move into Australia. Nivedita, I would like to ask you, how easy was it for you to migrate to a country like Australia with the ACCA qualification?
Thanks, Ashi, for that question. Big hello to all of you today, and thank you, Online Accounting, for having me here. To answer your question, migrating wasn't the easiest, but ACCA is widely recognized and respected in Australia as a valuable qualification for accounting and finance professionals. Many employees in Australia, view ACCA as equivalent to local accounting qualifications such as CPA over here. So in my experience, when I sat through the interview to this Big Four firm here in Australia, they regarded ACCA to be highly valuable to the position that I was trying to apply to. And in Australia, ACCA qualification holders find opportunities across various sectors, including public accounting firms, corporate finance department, government agencies, and even multinational corporations. And employers value ACCA's global perspective, which aligns well with Australia's diverse and interconnected business landscape. And also ACCA's emphasis on professional ethics and continuous learning also resonates with the high standards that is expected in the Australian accounting profession. And in my case, I chose ACCA because it was pretty cool at that time, similar to what Kaushika said. And I wasn't sure if I made the right decision until a few years down my career. But the knowledge gained from ACCA gave me the freedom when I moved roles from audit and assurance to advisory. And even when I was involved in strategy setting projects in advisory, the knowledge gained from various topics covered in ACCA, as Hashan demonstrated a few minutes ago, provided the foundation for me to proceed confidently in whatever projects I undertook. As I transitioned from a job in Sri Lanka to a new role in Melbourne within another Big Four firm, I found that the knowledge I gained through the ACCA qualification played a crucial role in facilitating a very smooth transition, I would say. While the experience I gained in Sri Lanka also helped me immensely, ACCA provided me with a very strong foundation that allowed me to quickly adapt to the work environment here and seamlessly build upon it as well. And ACCA's comprehensive curriculum equipped me with the necessary skills and understanding of various core accounting, finance, and also non-finance topics, the strategic topics, which proved invaluable in my career in advisory. So I was able to leverage this knowledge effectively to also contribute to project, to collaborate with colleagues here, and also to ultimately enhance my professional growth. Overall, to summarize, ACCA is considered favorably here, and the holders of this qualification can expect to be well regarded and competitive in the job market. However, it was essential for me when I moved here to familiarize myself with local accounting practices, regulation, and also industry norms to ensure seamless transition into the Australian professional environment. Hope that answered your question, Ashi. And with that note, let me hand it back to you.
Of course, Nivedha. Thank you very much for sharing your journey and interest as well in giving out the experience to the ones who are listening today. And now from Europe to Australia, we are now ready to move towards Middle East. And all the way from Middle East, we have Rimzan joining with us. And talking about Middle East, I would like to say that there is a major interest of students who are looking into migrating towards Middle East and looking into job opportunities in Middle East simply because of the earning capacity. So Rimzan, I would like to ask you the question, how about the demand of ACCA in Middle East?
Thank you, Ashinseni. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Online Accounting, for having me here. First of all, to answer your question, if ACCA is popular in Middle East, yes, it is very popular in Middle East. I mean, ACCA qualification is sought by the employers. It is in line with any other CA qualifications. It is well recognized and respected in this region. It is more global compared to other CA local qualifications. It is done by all the other fellow regional people. So it has a very global nature. So in terms of employers, personally, when I was hired here for the first time in Kuwait, the employer was well interested in the ACCA qualification while I was having other qualifications as well. So personally, if someone is planning to move into finance or into auditing, ACCA is well sought by the employers in Middle East, especially Kuwait being, I stay in Kuwait, so Kuwait being a smaller country compared to other Middle East countries like UAE and Saudi, still ACCA is very well recognized and known by the employers in this region. So if anybody is planning to move out of Sri Lanka and planning to move into finance, ACCA is definitely the path to take. And this is definitely going to land you in a very good job. As I was mentioning earlier, it is treated in line with any other CA qualification. So it's not different compared to other finance qualifications. So what I was mentioning is that if you're moving into finance and if you plan to move out of Sri Lanka after studies, ACCA is the best path to take. Hope that answers your question, Ashini.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Rimzan, for answering that question. And next, I would like to move back to Jehan to talk about the trainings, as you are a profound employer in the country. What about the importance of attending training and why really professional qualifications need experience to offer membership?
So speaking as a proud ACCA approved employer, I can really share the importance of training to make a complete finance professional. Today, organizations are interested not just in qualifications or less in qualifications and more in rounded professionals, and they're looking for skills. So ACCA, in its wisdom, in its planning, over a century of knowledge, has wisely incorporated training into the whole process of grooming the best accountants. And there are several ACCA approved employers in the country today and around the world, really, 7,000 as Nilusha said. And several of the leading companies in Sri Lanka are ACCA approved employers. And all of these companies provide a rich variety of trainings, focusing on things like accounting systems, SAP, Oracle, soft skills, and modern developments like Power BI, data science, automation, in the finance profession so that you are ready to be a complete, rounded, modern finance professional. So at Informate, we have a fully fledged training division, training laboratory, and our people have a skills passport so that they can continually keep updating themselves. And we need to meet ACCA's criteria on training. So as an ACCA approved employer, we have a set of criteria that we need to fulfill, and annually we need to review and renew this. Right, so this helps us to align with ACCA's goals, and ACCA constantly keeps its content up to date. Right? And one of the things that I can share as an ACCA student and as an employer is that I have never been in a meeting in my nearly 27 years of career where I have not understood. So I've been at very technical meetings with IT professionals, with legal professions, talking about contracting, with marketing teams. And that is the holistic and rounded business and the complete business syllabus that ACCA covers. And so it's not only about passing your exams, it's about having the skills today. And ACCA is well positioned there with its network of ACCA approved employers in order to provide that.
Jehan, for that answer. And taking things forward, I think in this current world, all of us are worried about technology growing faster than all of us. Now, with that, I would like to ask a question from Hashad, the CEO of onlineaccounting.lk. What is going to happen to a qualification like ACCA when the technology keeps growing? Is there an impact of technology to ACCA going forward?
Yes, Ashi, I think this is, let's say a trending question. Most of the students are asking from me, even when, I'm visiting some A-level classes, schools and all. They're asking what will happen to finance profession mainly if the technology is coming. So I would like to give you an example like this. So in IT field, if you see 5 years ago, if you are, maybe onto IT, the programming languages 5 years before, the highest demandable programming languages and the highest demandable programming languages currently is change. So what I can specify, if you are even in ICT field, if the technology changes, make sure you have to get into the technology. If you see why onlineaccounting.lk is here, because we went with technology. So when the technology is implemented, what's happening? The profession, every industry, every field will grow with the technology. We don't need to see technology as a negative, but it's actually a positive. So that's the reason why ACCA is incorporating many new technological advancements. So let's say a subject like performance management, you have like big data, a lesson called big data, you have modern manufacturing environment, the new techniques. So every new things are being incorporated into this particular syllabus. So what's happening when the technology is coming, the highest risk I would say is for the ICT field. Why? If you are focusing on IT, you have to be updated, because I'm dealing with many software engineers because in addition to this education ranking and all, we are the number 18th ranked online organization in Sri Lanka. Let's say Ikman.lk, pick me, those brands also there. So we are the 18th. So I'm always even for like last month, we are evaluating new technologies. Let's say how to host this video, how about the new technology. So currently we are using whiteboard, green screen, smartboard, and currently also we are evaluating new technology. So what we are doing is try to get the new technology and get the advantage. So what I would say, if you are focusing on any field, don't worry on technology. What's happening? Technology will improve your field. Technology will give you, will make your things easy. Maybe the like 10 years, 15 years ago, what finance people were done. So they make everything in like ledgers manually and all. So maybe what we have done, that is through systems and all, but now it came to a decision making point. So accountant, finance manager, finance director is there, but the role change. So I would say the technological advancement is an positive sign. And I think Jehan is the president of SLASCOM. So that is mainly from the IT side. So he is there as an ACCA member there as well. So I think don't worry on the technology students. So if you are going to start ACCA, ACC will make sure to build you to make you to compatible with the technology as well.
Thank you very much, Ashan. So do not worry about technology growing faster than us. Let us also follow these qualifications and grow along with technology and adapt to all changes. And now going a step forward. Now, all this time we kept saying ACCA is a professional qualification. And now I'm going to take a minute and say ACCA is not just a professional qualification, but it also opens up pathways for you to complete BScs and MSc degree qualifications as well. And the person to talk about this is Nabil. Nabil, let us know how ACCA is not only about a professional qualification and also how it opens up the pathways to completing BSc and MSc degrees.
Yeah, Ashi, I think very relevant question because obviously in this day and age, everyone wants to have a degree. You know, everyone is looking at degree options, and so they sort of put a professional qualification in the back burner. But that being said, I think ACCA is probably one of the only professional qualifications that facilitate a degree or a completion of a degree as well while studying ACCA, right? I think they are affiliated with Oxford Brookes University in the UK. And while you're doing your ACCA qualification, you can complete your degree as well. All you have to do is complete your knowledge and skills level, and then you have a project to complete, and then you have a degree alongside the professional qualification, which I think is amazing, right? Because I think if you're looking to migrate, if you're looking to go abroad, they look for degrees. But that being said, even ACCA as a professional qualification is also recognized as a bachelor's in some of the countries. I remember some of my friends went to Canada, and their ACCA qualification was evaluated against a bachelor's degree. And apart from just a degree, now everyone is also looking at doing masters and MSc also once they're done with their professionals and the degree. And ACCA has partnered with the University of London in the UK, one of the oldest and largest universities, and well recognized all over the world. So you have to complete ACCA, then there are 2 modules to complete, and you have a project, and then you will have your master's in professional accountancy from the University of London in UK, right? So ACCA, I think, like everyone has harped upon here, is a well-rounded qualification. It provides a lot more opportunities. But if it's not these universities, I know masters that give exemptions for ACCA students. So you have to complete just a few modules and you get exempted from some of the finance and accountancy related modules. And so there are so many opportunities. I've just named a few, but once you're done with ACCA, trust me, you'll be surprised by the level of opportunity and progression that you would find out there. So over to you, Ashi.
Thank you very much, Nabil, for that. And we connected with Kaushika before to get to know about her journey of how she completed things at an early age and now how she is employed in Europe. And now, Kaushika, I would like to ask you the question again about how about the demand of ACCA members in Europe currently as you're working in Europe and you're exposed to all accounting areas and finance as well. And let us talk about the demand for ACCA members in Europe in brief.
All right, so thanks, Ashi. So coming to ACCA and its recognition in Europe, yes, ACCA is very well recognized in Europe. So as you may know, ACCA originated in the UK, and according to the UK education standards, ACCA is recognized as an equivalent to a master's degree. So if you talk about the demand for ACCA professionals in the UK, it is very strong because UK has a significant presence of multinational corporations. And if you look at London, it is the financial hub of Europe. So there is a huge demand for accounting professionals. You can do a quick research or quick search for accounting and finance jobs on the website. Especially in the UK, you will see thousands of vacancies, and you will also notice that, within the job descriptions, they constantly express preference for applicants holding a professional qualification like ACCA. And why is this? Because employers here, they highly value ACCA because they're convinced that ACCA professionals are versatile and they are well equipped to take on various finance roles, be it financial management, auditing, taxation, corporate governance. They see ACCA professionals as the go-to experts, to put it simply. And the same, I would say, is true for the countries in Europe. I know that there is a huge demand for accountants in Luxembourg, and there is always a shortage in Luxembourg for people with at least 3 to 5 years of experience. And if you look at the big fours in Luxembourg, they are in constant competition for qualified professionals because I know that they're offering strong packages and benefits, and they're also actively recruiting professionals from outside of Europe to meet this local shortage. So, and I would also like to mention that based on my experience in a Big Four in Luxembourg, during the recruitment processes, they give preference to qualified or even partly qualified ACCA professionals with at least 3 to 5 years of experience, because they know that the skill set that they are looking for can be readily met by ACCA professionals. And it's not just that, it's also because ACCA offers a smooth pathway for accreditation with the local professional body. So it's also because of this, ACCA is held with high regard by the Big Fours here. And there's also an interesting pattern that I came across in relation to the European students here, because they typically start their professional journey once they complete both their bachelor's and master's degrees. So it takes them quite some time to have a professional qualification added to their CVs. So if you can already start a professional qualification as the first step, I would say it would definitely give you a competitive advantage over them in the recruitment process, and it would also accelerate your career progression within whichever firm that you decide to get employed. I think I also wanted to mention, I've been speaking to some of the recruitment companies here in Luxembourg, and they've told me that their clients, they prefer individuals with professional qualifications like ACCA, especially for roles like financial controllers, internal audit, external audit, fund accountants, and more. So that again shows how well recognized ACCA is among the employers in Europe. So having said all that, I think it would also not be fair if I don't highlight this to you, because there is also a practical downside about the countries in the European Union, because though ACCA is highly recognized in the European Union, sometimes it can be challenging to land a job outside of a Big Four because of the language barrier, because English is not the widely spoken language in the European Union, so they have their native languages. So when you try to land a job outside of a Big Four, because in the Big Four, I know that the official business language is English. So trying to land a job outside of a Big Four can be challenging. So my advice, if you're considering to complete ACCA and work in a EU country, would be to try and get your experience in a Big Four in Sri Lanka, because it would significantly enhance your chances to join a Big Four here in the EU and progress in your career. So to sum up everything I just said, yes, ACCA is very well recognized across Europe. It's your ticket to success if you're considering to explore the European landscape of accounting and finance. So I hope I answered your question, Ashi. I'm going to hand it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kaushika. And of course, you did give a 360 view of how ACCA members are in demand in Europe, and also taking us through the pros and the cons and a lot of challenges as well. But as you know, as we all keep talking about how ACCA is a global passport, and just like Kaushika also mentioned, the ticket to success is ready. But of course, there's a pathway to be taken. And now, Nivetis, I would like to ask you the question, what steps we need to follow if someone needs to, if someone's looking forward to go abroad?
Very timely question, Ashi. So maybe let me answer this question from my own experience. I completed ACCA, became a member while I worked in audit and assurance. in a Big Four in Sri Lanka and moved to management consulting, which is a part of the advisory arm in the same Big Four in Sri Lanka. So when I made the decision to move out, the experience I gained in Sri Lanka, along with ACCA, which was a very strong qualification, helped me to be ready for the global job market. So finishing your ACCA qualification and also gaining local work experience in Sri Lanka for about 3 to 5 years can be a strategic and maybe cost-effective approach towards achieving your goal of working abroad. By completing ACCA, you already laid a foundation of the knowledge and skills that are highly valued in the international job market. Building on this foundation through gaining practical experience in Sri Lanka will not only enhance your professional expertise, but also it would demonstrate your ability to apply the theoretical knowledge in real world scenarios. So the local work experience provides invaluable insights into the local business practices, regulations, and the cultural dynamics, which are often highly sought after by employers abroad. For me, this played a key role in transitioning to working here at Melbourne. The foundation I had from the work experience in Sri Lanka, coupled with the knowledge from ACCA, helped me to source a job as I expected. And my experience in Sri Lanka is very well regarded in the setting over here. And also, moreover, gaining work experience locally also allows you to establish professional connections and networks that can open doors to global opportunities as well. And employers value candidates who possess a combination of international qualifications and also local experience, as it demonstrates adaptability and also cultural awareness, a commitment to personal and professional growth. To maybe sum up overall, remember that the journey to securing a job abroad may take time and dedication, but by leveraging the ACCA qualification and also obtaining local work experience in Sri Lanka, you are definitely positioning yourself as a competitive candidate in the global job market. So stay focused, remain proactive in seeking opportunities, and keep nurturing your skills and professional network. This will undoubtedly pay off in achieving your career aspirations. So that's
Thank
all
you
from
very
me.
Yes, thank you very much, Nivedita, for that answer. And with Rimzan, I have one more question, which is now earlier we spoke about the earning capacity in Middle East as you are joining all the way from there. Let us also now talk a little bit about a rough salary range of ACCA members in Middle East. What is your point of view about this?
Thank you, Ashi. The answer to this question is very subjective. I mean, it depends on various factors. It depends on the employer. It depends on number of years of experience you carry and the qualification you have. But even within Middle East, in different countries, the salary scales are different, obviously because of the different cost of living. But if I have to give a a ballpark range of how much a new ACCA affiliate, let's say about 3 to 5 years of experience in a Big Four firm, so he might start off with a salary range of about 700 Kuwaiti dinar. So I'm in Kuwait, so I'm giving the salary scale which is over here, which is much less compared to UAE or Saudi, as I was mentioning, because of the cost of living reasons. So they might start off with about 700 Kuwaiti dinar, which translates to about 700,000 Sri Lankan rupees. So with number of years of experience, let's say they spend about 2 to 3 years in the local market, in the Middle East market, they should be easily able to multiply their salary scale and might easily go above 1,000 Kuwaiti dinar, which is about $1 million in Sri Lankan terms. And plus, this salary is a tax-free salary. You don't have to pay any taxes here. Especially in Kuwait, there is no VAT. There is no other type of taxes. So whatever you get paid as salary is your take-home money. So that's your 100% salary. There is no taxes. Also, so once you are qualified, let's say with ACCA, and you spend about 3 years in a Big Four, like other panel members were mentioning. So if you spend about 3 years in a Big Four audit firm, your employability increases drastically. So you should be able to get a fair chance to get a job in the Middle East. So try to get your ACCA done, try to get your experience done in a Big Four if you're planning to move into either auditing or even finance. So once you have that experience sorted, then the foundation is built, you should be getting a good chance to get employed in the Middle East. Thank you, Ashi.
Very much, Rimzan, and I would like to thank all the panelists for joining with us. But now it's time for your questions. The ones who have joined with us since morning live through the onlineaccounting.lk. As you know, we took you through a whole 360 view and a holistic view about ACCA and your benefits you have and the opportunities that you can see moving forward. And I hope we helped you discover the endless possibilities with ACCA. But now we are ready to answer your questions and also take you into a little bit more details and information with ACCA. And to do so, let me now invite none other than the CEO of onlineaccounting.lk, Hashan Waduge, to join us here. And meanwhile, thank you very much to the panelists. Thank you for joining with us and have a good day to all of you. The rest of you, stay here. We are ready to answer all your questions. I'm sure you have a lot of questions in mind.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Now, student, I know you will have a lot of questions here, but let me take your time for like 10 minutes and go forward and explain maybe cost and all. Then we'll ask you to, ask any question from us, right? So we'll enable the chat box later. Now, student, cost, right? So this is one of the most important question when you're starting a qualification like this. And we are giving you all this information. Why? Because if you are not, right, if you don't know about the cost, maybe at the middle, maybe you will stop it, right? So these are the costs that you need to pay for the UK global. So maybe this can, vary like, let's say 5 to 10, but this is like last year's one. So these are in GBP, pounds. What's happening? You are paying all these to ACCA Global. Why? Because ACCA Global, ACCA UK is conducting exams, right? So what we are doing? We are teaching you, right? We are the learning partners, but you are doing exams from them. So initial registration to the final level, you have the cost like this. So initially 45, but there is a discount if you are registering through a learning partner. So we will give you discount codes as well. And so these are for the renewal. So if you are taking, let's say 2 years or 3 years, so make sure there is a renewal. And applied knowledge level students, one subject is around 95 pounds. So it will take around 285. So applied skills, there are 6 subjects. So the total cost is like this. And there is an ethics and professional skills module that you need to complete. If you're applying for the Oxford books, you have to complete it before that. But maybe if you are doing the ACCA qualification only, maybe the final level also you can complete that as well. And when it comes to the professional level, the strategic business leader subject cost is bit higher compared to other 3 subjects. Maybe that's because there is a pre-seen with that paper. So that is 238. So altogether for the other 3 subjects, you have to spend around 510. So these are as of now. So the total, now make sure now you don't need to pay these at once, right? Why? Because you first do the knowledge level, let's say 6 months. So you have to pay the initial registration, this one, and the class fees. So after that, maybe if you are doing 2 subjects, 3 subjects, so only that cost you need to pay. So what you can do now, maybe get a calculator, right? Okay, you can search the exchange rate. So I think that is around 395 at the moment. 1 GBP equals to 394 LKR. Maybe it can, right, decrease, increase, we cannot exactly say. So this is the total cost that you need to pay to ACCA UK. So this is basically the 80% of the total cost that you have to spend. So the remaining is that you are paying to the learning partners, right? So in our cost, so if you are taking all 3 subjects, that is 48,000. 1 subject is 20,000, but if you are getting, let's say 2 subjects, 3 subjects, you have discounts. So the second subject 20%, third subject 40%, likewise. And this is about skills level and the professional level lecture fee as well. So it will take around 250,000 for the whole lecture fees, right? And student, now if you are let's say maybe there are students who just want to complete the Oxford Brookes degree. So what about the cost? Till you are done with the Oxford Brookes degree, so this is in LKR, right? As of today's exchange rate. So the total cost that you have to spend is 836,000. So why I'm showing this slide? Because if you are comparing to other private university degrees, this is really worth, right? The cost that you have to spend. So because when you compare to others, let's say 2.5 million, 3 million degrees. So this is, you are only spending 836,000 to get the Oxford Brookes degree, because there is a research as well. So you have to pay for that as well. So that is around, like, I think 400 GBP. So around 490 GBP. And the thing is, you are getting this degree directly from Oxford Brookes University, right? It's not a collaborated degree. What you are doing is you submit the report to the Oxford Brookes University. They will evaluate and give you the feedback, right? So you are getting directly. If you want to attend a convocation, you have to go there, right? There are some other two countries as well that you can attend. But anyway, if you need, maybe you can go to UK and attend the convocation as well, right, student? Then now maybe there are some AAT as finalist students. So what about the exemptions? If you are coming from AAT to ACCA, you have 4 subjects exemptions, right? First level, business technology, financial accounting, management accounting, and financial reporting. But if you are getting the Oxford Brookes degree, make sure the financial reporting lecturer also here in the panel, right? You have to do the financial reporting subject as well. So if you just want to get the ACCA qualification, you get these 4 exemptions. But if you want to get the Oxford Brookes degree as well, you just get these 3 subjects as exemptions. Then what about if you are coming from CA, because I see some CA students as well. So if you are a past finalist or less than 5 years post-qualifying experience CA, you have to do the professional level. But if you are having the membership and after 5 years of experience, you can get the ACCA. So this is apply in the other way as well, as Jehan highlighted. He also got the chartered accounting membership. If you are having the ACCA membership and if you are having post-qualifying experience of 5 years, you can get the CA qualification also directly, right? Direct membership. So both qualification, there is an MOU. Then students, if you are from CMA and ZIMA, if you are from CMA, you have 8 subjects exempted. So this is actually, very good pathway for CMA students. So you have to do only 5 subjects in ACC. If you are coming from CIMA, there are a lot more, compared to CMA. So you have to do 8 subjects from CIMA. So if you are coming from these pathways, so you have to do 5 subjects in ACCA. So this is ACC skills level auditing and the final level. And also there are some more subjects in the skills level as well. So that is for the exemptions, right? Exemptions, right? And now I will just explain you, right, in the summary, what is onlineaccounting.lk and why onlineaccounting.lk. We are the only accredited online learning institute in Sri Lanka for ACCA. And also we have produced more than 300 plus prize winners from all professional qualifications we are conducting. We started doing ACCA for like 1.5 years ago. We were the quickest to get the accreditation as well. And we make sure we will give you the highest quality from whatever the lectures. If it is delivery, let's say if it is the lecturer, the qualifications, the technology, we will make sure that we will give you the highest quality. And also the lecturers, you have qualified lecturers, right? So you have Nabil, right? He produced a prize winner recently. Actually, I also joined to do management accounting recently, right? I have been doing lectures for chartered accounting. I have produced around 10 prize winners in the last 12 batches. So I'm also now currently involved in ACCA lectures as well. So we have very good pass rate. And also, if you are starting with us, you can definitely go till the end. And also for the Oxford Brookes, we have a mentor as well. So if you want to get the degree, we have that pathway as well. So don't worry, if you are joining here, we are not giving up you at the middle. We will take you to the end as well, right? And as highlighted, Ashi, so we became Asia's Professional Education Institute of the Year. That was, organized in association with the World Research Congress in last December. So that is basically, I mean, the impact we have done to education in Sri Lanka. They have a very good institute in India as well, but what they measured is the impact, because we are delivering our lectures to all 25 districts in Sri Lanka. So this is just a summary on the students. You know, very good, the students will select an institute by looking at so many factors. So when you see the last time, 2022 A-level top 8 ranks, 7 out of 8 rankers joined online accounting.lk, and 16 district first students also joined online accounting.lk. Now, let me tell you and one example from each level. So this is the knowledge level. So we produce, so in knowledge level student, make sure no prizes will be offered because these are on-demand exams. We will guide you, don't worry. But this student scored 93% marks. So this is the highest score from ACCA knowledge level in the last 6 to 9 months, right? And when it's come to skills level, so this is why I put this, because Nabil is there. So this student became the prize winner, financial reporting prize winner, even before doing A-levels. So after AAT, he moved to ACCA and he became the prize winner for financial reporting. He just sat for A-levels 1 month before. So that is from the skills level example. And from the professional level also, this is an example, strategic business leader. Why I'm putting this one? Because this is the first ever pre-scene based strategic business leader paper. In final level student, you have a case study. The pre-scene will be given 2 weeks prior to the examination. So you have to read, you have to analyze. We will give that analysis, right? So after that, from that first ever paper, we had the prize winner from professional level as well. So what about the lecture panel? So you have a very good, young, energetic lecture panel in the level 1, right? So Ishan, Dinali and Supun. And when you are coming to the skills level, right? So Nabil is there, I'm there, right? Vipula Bandari is there, all these are ACCA members. So you have taxation, Tahid, right? Financial management mark. So business and corporate law, you are having a lawyer to get that lecturing as well. So when you are coming to the final level, you have very good lecture panel, a director of a big 4 firm, a strategic, I mean, case study analyst for strategic business leader. So, I mean, 2 of the best lecturers for financial management and audit and assurance. Right. Now, students, how to join? Maybe if someone is there who is still not joined. First one is you have to register at onlineaccounting.lk. We are not charging anything, no admission fee, no registration fee. Then you have to log in and purchase subjects, right? So maybe I hope you are just about to start. Maybe if you are a AAT final student, maybe you are starting from the skills level. So step 3 is, I mean, once you are enrolling, you can watch the videos and download tips. What we are doing is we weekly, right? Weekly we publish videos. But let's say if you are joining late also, you can watch them. But what we recommend is please, I mean, join early. Don't delay these. Don't, I mean, delay videos, because if not, maybe last month you have to watch so many videos. So what we are asking you, just follow this continuously and watch videos regularly. So the first step is, so at the end of covering the syllabus, we will be doing mock papers. Now some subjects like auditing, so Vipula sir is discussing papers once you are done with the lessons, because that is depending on the nature of the subject. So last month we will be having some live sessions also, kind of as a live revision. And the important thing, and till that, if you need any, if you have to ask any question, our lecturers will be there 24/7 in Telegram group. So you can ask anything, maybe personally also you can ask, right? Now, if you want to get more information, if you want to get more career guidance, right? If you are based on Colombo, Kandy, today, right? Today till 7:30 p.m. you can come to BMICH and meet us. Now, after this session, I will be also going there, right? If you are around Kandy, maybe you can come to KCC, Kandy City Center. Vasansa also there, SBA lecturer. So you can get some guidance. If you are around Kurunagala, come to I think Epitome Hotel or something, 17th and 18th February 2024. So you can come there. And if you are a student from Jaffna, we are the only learning institute, only professional education institute who are visiting these particular locations as well, because we know that the career advising is really important. So if you are based on Jaffna, around Jaffna, maybe you can come and meet us 24th and 25th. I think that is in Valampuri Hotel. So Goal, if you are based on Goal, you can come here and meet us as well. Now, if you want to contact us, students, if you need, you can come here and get the career advice, but don't come today because our team is there in BMICH. But tomorrow onwards, you can come to onlineaccounting.lk location, come to the 3rd floor, right? Get the advisors, right? This is the student support unit. We are giving you advisors, and call us. Maybe if you want, you can WhatsApp. Please make sure we are not answering WhatsApp calls because we have, 10 coordinators, which the call is diverted and forwarded and all. So if you need, you can just, log into the website and purchase these as well. So that's all about my presentation. So I hope you will be able to achieve this prestigious qualification soon.